It's the ponies from my old village. Oh, it's only a dream. With my past, I should never be in charge of anything. They've taken my sister and I. It's worse than the last time. Chrysalis and the Changelings are back. They've pony-napped all of the most powerful ponies in Equestria. This is Thorax. He's a reformed changeling.
They took Fluttershy.
I think I have a pretty good idea where she might be.
My little pony, my little pony. My little pony. I used to wonder what friendship could be. My little pony. Until you all shared its magic with me. Big adventure.
Tons of fun.
A beautiful heart, faithful and strong.
Sharing kindness.
It's an easy feat, and magic makes it all complete. You have mine. Do you know you're all my very best friends?
Oh, this is so strange. We're here, and that's there, and I clearly meant for us to be there and not here.
Oh, I can probably explain.
Oh, well, if at first you don't succeed.
Maybe we should come up with a plan first?
A what?
You know, figuring out the best way to do something before you actually do it.
Oh, that's adorable. But you see, unlike you, I can do anything.
Actually,
That's all very nice, but really a waste of time. We have me, and what else could we possibly need?
A Draconiquist with magic and half a brain might help.
Why are you here again? I mean, it's not like you're going to stop the changelings by pulling a rabbit out of the hat. At least my magic can do something.
the thing about magic here is...
Like this! For Fluttershy! Yeah!
I've been trying to tell you. Nothing other than changeling magic works here. Chrysalis's throne is carved from an ancient dark stone that soaks up outside magic the same way changelings soak up love. It's how she keeps the hive safe.
So, what kind of plan were you thinking?
Without magic, I have no idea. But no pony else is coming, so some pony better come up with something. Any pony? Anything? This throne. If we get into the hive and destroy it, can we get our magic back?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's a terrible plan. How are we even supposed to get to the hive?
We walk?
I haven't walked that far in a millennia. Oh, I don't know how any of you manage not being able to disappear and reappear whenever you want.
Well, I, for one, definitely miss you being able to disappear.
Give Discord a break. None of us knew we weren't going to be able to use magic.
I did.
If we get separated, it might make sense to have a way to make sure we are who we say we are.
Oh, like a secret code. How about if I say we are and you say doomed? Or you say rescue and I say...
How about if we say Klutzy and you say Draconiquist?
Klutzy Draconiquus. Works for me.
I'll definitely remember it.
Okay, I am definitely glad you came. I don't think we'd be able to find our way without you.
You definitely wouldn't.
Where's the way out?
It's a changeling hive. It shifts and changes like we do, and we're the only ones who can navigate it. It's total chaos to non-changelings.
Well, it's decent chaos. I don't know if I call it total. Are we sure that I'll get my magic back when we destroy this throne thingy?
If Thorax is right, then yes.
Well, that's reassuring.
And how are we supposed to destroy the throne when we find it?
I don't know.
That's reassuring.
I don't suppose you brought any throne-destroying tools along with these useless sideshow props.
Ask the Lord of Chaos, who can't go for a walk without whining non-stop.
Yes, but when the throne is destroyed, I'll be able to rip the very fabric of reality to save our friends, while you'll still be a self-absorbed, below-average illusionist.
Self-absorbed? Why, you cut it out!
I'm just barely keeping it together, and it would be wonderful if you two could actually try to help instead of bickering like fools.
Okay.
How can we help?
Don't ask me! I couldn't even handle giving advice at the Sunset Festival, and I had magic then, and the three of us are as good as useless. At least Thorax knows where we're going.
Guys? I think we're lost.
Oh, great. We might as well just sit here and wait for the changelings to soak up all of our love, or whatever gross thing it is that they do. How often do you all get hungry?
Actually, I haven't been since I met Spike. And changelings are always hungry. We can never get enough love.
Well, that's just super.
But you aren't hungry at all now?
Huh. Once I made a few friends, I guess I just sort of forgot about the whole feeding thing.
Is that about the same time your wings changed?
I guess so.
While I would love to sit around chit-chatting about feeding and not feeding, I have a Fluttershy to save!
Can you please lower your voice? You're gonna get us all captured.
Oh, you keep saying that, but I haven't seen an actual changeling since we got into this hive.
What's that?
A changeling patrol!
This seems like one of those moments where we need a plan.
What kind of plan? We have no magic, and it's not like my illusions are gonna save us.
Do you have any of your smoke bombs?
Are you kidding? Looking for some pony? Is that the best you got?
Not exactly great and powerful, but effective.
I'll take it.
Klutzy?
Draconequus.
Oh, I really think we need a new code word.
That was a pretty good plan.
But we still don't know where we're going.
Actually, we might. 2 of the changelings didn't go with the rest.
Oh, with an intruder in the hive, they went to protect the queen. Good thinking, Starlight.
Now what?
We go in.
Even if I wanted to, there's no way past the guards. We'll be spotted for sure.
We need some kind of distraction.
I'm fresh out of smoke bombs.
Normally, I'm the most distracting thing I can think of, but without magic.
You shouldn't underestimate yourself.
Hello, changelings and changelets. Believe me, I was just as surprised as you are that I'm here. When I heard that I'd be playing for a bunch of changelings, I was beside myself. Then I realized it was just one of you. But seriously, this isn't the toughest crowd I've ever been in front of, but it's definitely the easiest to bug. To bug? Is this thing on? Well, if you think that you can do any better, be my guest.
It is absolutely ridiculous that that worked.
It is certainly a pleasure to have such dedicated fans. I'll have to come back with some new material after I rescue Fluttershy.
Please, help!
Fluttershy! Fluttershy!
Discord, I'm stuck.
You certainly are, and I should probably help you get free. But...
But what?
But you are obviously not Fluttershy.
Oh,
I mean, I'm separated from the group and just happened to come across the one pony I care most about. I can smell this setup a mile away.
no, you're right. There's no way you should trust me. Just go find the others. I understand.
Oh, come on!
We're probably all changelings. You shouldn't rescue any of us. Unless you think maybe one of us might be the real Fluttershy. Oh, that certainly would be a nasty changeling trick, wouldn't it? I'm the real one. I'm the real one. I'm the real Fluttershy.
We can't wait for Discord. Between seeing him and Trixie, the castle will be crawling with guards soon.
But if we do manage to destroy Chrysalis's throne, we'll need him. He could take on the entire changeling army by sneezing if he wanted to.
He's probably already been captured.
Hello? Fellow rescuers.
We can't stay here. We gotta find the throne.
Ooh, I heard some of the changelings who were chasing me say that they know where it is.
Klutzy?
Oh, yeah. I can be klutzy. Now, follow me.
You know that's not Discord, right?
Obviously.
This way. We're almost there.
I know this trick. If he says to go left, we should definitely go right. He's leading us to a swarm waiting to attack.
Okay, I'll handle it. You two just get ready to run into the other tunnel.
Wait, what? Trixie, you can't. I won't know what to do. We've already lost Discord. I can't lose you too. Without magic,
Starlight, you got us this far with just my illusions and Discord's annoying personality. You don't need magic to figure out what to do next. I know you're afraid to be in charge, but you're really good at it. Listen to your best friend. Hey, Discord! Want to see the new trick I've been working on? I call it the Changeling Catcher. Run!
One little pony all by herself. Oh, how will I ever prevent this daring rescue? Well, well, well. The Princess of Friendship's sole pupil. Honestly, I didn't think you were worth replacing with one of my drones.
he won't get away with this.
I already have. No pony is coming to save you. Your little squad was it, and now there's just you.
Thorax is still out there.
Don't mention that traitor's name in my kingdom! He was a fool to leave, and even more a fool to return. When I find him, he'll learn just what happens to those who betray the Hive. And it seems I don't have far to look, do I? Thorax! Very clever. And clearly Thorax revealed to you the secret of my throne. I can't have powerful ponies using their abilities against me. Even with your rather embarrassing little rescue attempt, everything has gone according to my plan.
What plan? Why did you do all this?
So I could feed, of course. By replacing the most beloved figures in Equestria, my drones will be able to store all the love meant for them and return it here, to me. Every pony will do as I command, and my subjects and I will feed on their love for generations!
What if you didn't have to?
Ridiculous! The hunger of changelings can never be satisfied.
Exactly! Thorax left the hive and made a friend. He shared love, and now he doesn't need to feed. You don't have to live your lives starving all the time.
You know nothing of the changelings or what it takes to be their queen. I decide what is best for my subjects, not some mewling grub.
I know what it's like to lead by fear and intimidation. And I know what it's like to want every pony to do what you say. But I was wrong. A real leader doesn't force her subjects to deny who they are. She celebrates what makes them unique and listens when one of them finds a better way.
The only thing Thorax has found is what happens to those who turn their back on the hive.
No! Stop!
Just as soon as I drain every last ounce of love from him and show my subjects what a real leader is.
I can feel the love inside me slipping away. I can't hold on to it much longer.
Then don't! Sharing love is what made you different to begin with. You should share yours with Chrysalis. Give her all of it. This is what happens when you give love freely instead of taking it.
Fluttershy?
It's, good to see you too.
Starlight? What happened? We defeated the changelings with no magic at all. They found a new leader, and they're all kinda good now.
Well done, Starlight Glimmer. It seems as though you've learned a great deal since we last spoke.
When Twilight and her friends defeated me, I chose to run away and seek revenge. You don't have to. You can be the leader your subjects deserve.
There is no revenge you could ever conceive of that will come close to what I will exact upon you one day, Starlight Glimmer.
Thorax, as the new leader of the Changelings, I look forward to discussing how we can improve our relationship in the future. However, for the moment, perhaps it is best that we leave the Changeling Kingdom to the Changelings.
Splendid idea! Now who's ready for some celebratory tea at Fluttershy's?
Oh, every pony?
Actually, now that you can snap your claws and send us absolutely anywhere again, I think I have a better option.
Hey, Starlight. What are you doing here? You left in such a hurry before we kind of thought you didn't want to come.
Yeah, I guess after the way I used my magic on all of you, I wasn't sure I was some pony who should even be in charge of a baking contest. I was afraid I might go back to being the pony I used to be. But I realized that sometimes you don't have a choice. You have to step up. And I have changed. I can handle it, whether that means saving Equestria or helping friends with the Sunset Festival. Speaking of which, I know the festival's almost over, but I kinda invited a few of my friends to join. Hope that's okay.
Are you kidding? Of course!
Great. Now, where's that baking contest? This pony needs a cupcake.
So, I'm able to rip the very fabric of reality again.
Yeah. And I'm still a self-absorbed, below-average illusionist, right?
Actually, I was going to say a couple of those illusions were slightly above average. If you ever need a little chaos in your act, let me know.
When pigs fly!
Your wish is my command!
Some pony is really gonna have to catch us up on what we missed.